Greetings, magical, mystical tribe of 13, fully activated, fully embodied, here now, rising up for the dawning of the new day, the new earth, the new way of living in harmony, peace, and abundance for all sentient beings of light. Another powerful day of intense energies coming in through the Lion's Gate, still fully open today on the 11th. For another couple days here with this fiery energy, feeling totally lit up, totally activated, especially in the heart center and higher heart, with fluctuations, resonance, palpitations, and quite frankly feeling like we are going nuclear, like the body is on fire, rising up through this ascension process of Gaia and all her children of the sun. More intense weather and earth changes. Today, a massive tornado touchdown in our sacred land of Mongolia. More flooding all over the world and more volcanic explosions. The volcano in Indonesia shot over 30,000 feet into the air, and then we also had a volcano in Japan. These are on the ring of fire with the Lemurian energies. These are releases and activations from Pachamama. On the Schumann, we had a 13 to 16 hertz activation, but in Gaia time, it's over 333. Again today, many patterns through these activations of earthquakes, over 135. These waves moving through the ring of fire. We had a 4.5 in Argentina, 184 kilometers depth in the Sacred Andes Mountains. 551 UTC, 23 latitude, 66 longitude. Then we had this wave that moved a 4.5 from Molucca Sea up into the Philippines, a 4.8. Then in China, 4.5 over to the Persian Gulf. In Iran, 4.5, and then down into Africa, Mozambique, 4.9. 13.971 latitude, 40.832 longitude, 510 UTC, 5 elements, 10 organs. And then we had a wave that moved through Puerto Rico, 3.5, then into north of Honduras, Savannah Bight, 22.2 miles, 16.766 latitude, 85.934 longitude, 1559 UTC, a 4.5, and then up into Southern California, 3.6, 33 latitude, 115 longitude, 1119 UTC, the time of the Venusian Queen. And then we go up into southeastern Alaska, Juneau, 3.0, then again in the Crown, 3.1, up in the Bering Sea, in between Russia and U.S., Alaska, right in the middle, 3.3, 33, activation, 61 latitude, 171 longitude, 1838. We have the 8-8 Lion's Gate and the Trinity in the middle, and then sacred Himalayan mountains, 4.9, then in India, 4.3. So again, with these Lyran energies coming in, everything's fully lit up, fully activated. As the Kundalini of the earth is rising, we rise with her. Today also is the day of celebration of Lord Krishna, Janmashtami, August 11th, the birth of the Hindu deity Lord Krishna. Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Don't make me get into my Hari Krishna days. Just look up Krishna Das's version of the Hari Krishna, the Lord of Love, Divine Christos consciousness, through the embodiment of the Divine Masculine. We'll start today's first transmission from Divine Sister of the Light, Suzanne Lee, with the Arcturians. The reason for this embodiment. Dear Arcturian, do you have a message to share with us today? Yes, we, the Arcturians, as well as all of your galactic family, always have something to share with our brave family who has chosen to wear an earth vessel within this now. In fact, we, the Arcturians, as well as the Pleiadians, the Antarians, Lemurians, and the Venusians, are all working together as one being in order to assist our beloved planet Gaia, also known as Earth, to move into the higher and higher frequencies of reality. Of course, most of you have heard of the saying, the darkest night is just before dawn. This saying has never been more true than within our now on Gaia's Earth. Fortunately, more and more humans are beginning to have dreams about starships, visions of star beings, and some humans are even beginning to remember being on a starship. Of course, as soon as our grounded ones, which is the term we give to our courageous galactic family members, who have and or soon will volunteer to take a human earth vessel during this now of great planetary transmutation. We say planetary transmutation rather than planetary change, because the terms change and transmutation mean very different things. Change means that some things and or many things will change in an unknown fashion. On the other hand, transmutation means that this change will allow Gaia and all her inhabitants to have the choice to remember how to transmute themselves into a higher frequency of form, matter, brain power, acceptance, knowing, and being. In fact, when the third-dimensional beings on Gaia, now known as humans, begin their process of transmuting their third and fourth dimensional forms into their fifth dimensional forms, everything will change. For one thing, eventually humanity's innate but not yet experienced fifth dimensional form will return. It is within that now that humanity will begin to remember and then return back to their galactic, multidimensional self. It is then that everything will be different. For one thing, third-dimensional time will not be the same in the higher frequencies of reality. We, the galactics, know that many of our earthly grounded ones are becoming more and more aware of how their perception of reality changes with their state of consciousness. For example, when they are in a good mood and are doing something that they enjoy, time seems to fly by. On the other hand, when humans are doing something that they do not enjoy, time seems to go slower and slower. In fact, they may even lose track of time because they are not enjoying what they are doing and want to stop doing it. On the other hand, when humans are deeply enjoying what they are doing, where they are and who they are with, time quickly flies by. In fact, one may be surprised to see how much time has passed. However, it is not the time that has made their perceptual shift. It was what they were doing with that time that made their perception of reality change. Another thing that influences your perception of time is your state of consciousness. For those of you who meditate, read, paint, and have remembered that your own higher self is calling you, time seems to expand, as well as your awareness of what is going on beyond the limitations of the third dimension. For one thing, you may feel very different from others who are not having those experiences. In fact, many humans are still deeply grounded in the third dimensional here and now. However, you can step out of one version of reality and into a different version of reality by changing your state of consciousness. Then your thoughts and emotions will resonate to that state of consciousness. For example, you may be having a wonderful time and having a very high state of consciousness. Then suddenly something happens which frightens you, angers you, or lowers your state of consciousness. It is then that you may begin to plummet deeper and deeper, the uncomfortable emotions of fear, anger, impatience, and sorrow. Can you stop this sense of feeling out of control? Yes, you can, especially if you have developed a conscious relationship with your own higher dimensional self. The higher self is actually not just yourself, but the frequency of consciousness that you have allowed to dwell in your thoughts, emotions, activities, and even dreams. Yes, you can remember your dreams best if you write them down. If you write down or type or even tell someone about your dreams, they will no longer be a secret, but instead they become an important matter in which you can speak to your own self. When you write down your dreams, you can better keep your state of consciousness within your awareness. Also, when and if you make a conscious choice to be the master of our mind, then you can go inside your mind to bring forth the information that you need to have in order to successfully meet each challenge. When you feel that you have met a challenge, an empowered and self-loving sensation sweeps into your heart and mind. This is when your heart and mind can best communicate with each other and with the you who is hopefully the masters of your life. As your sense of self-mastery becomes more and more present within your sense of self, happiness and self-mastery can meet with purpose and joy. When you feel joyful, it is easier for you to remember your reason for incarnation and to even believe that you can and will fulfill the promise that you made with your higher self before you took this embodiment. Blessings to you all. Most of all, we ask you to remember that you are a multidimensional being who has chosen to take an earth vessel during this now. From multidimensions.com and today from John Roger DSS. Dispense with your suffering. Give it away. Give it to the traveler. He will take it. But you have to let it go. You can't give it and hang on to it at the same time. The traveler will trade you. Give him your suffering, and he will give you your next step in progression. Give him your darkness, and you'll see the light appear in your consciousness. Then watch for the upliftment to appear. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Sandra Walter. Divine DNA Decree. I am the resurrection and the life of the rebundling, restructuring, and reconnection of my divine DNA and divine human templates in this now. From AscensionPath.com. Today from Divine Bro Star of the Light, Daniel Scranton. Your fifth dimensional Earth and Solar System, the 9D Arcturian Council. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very attracted to your solar system because of the potential that we can feel within it. There is the potential for so much more life on the planets and moons in your solar system, and many of you already recognize that there are other sentient beings who do occupy the planets and moons in your solar system other than planet Earth. We want you all to know that there is already so much life in the fifth dimensional solar system that you are moving closer and closer to every single day. You are not even going to have to leave your own system to meet extraterrestrial beings, hybrids, and to travel to new and interesting places. Therefore, we suggest that you all get as excited about visiting Venus as you do about visiting the Pleiadian star system. You're also going to discover that there is so much more to your planet, so much more potential there for experiences. And so while many of you have gotten particularly excited about the possibility of traveling to other star systems, you should know that your planet and your solar system are going to be very interesting places to reside once you have completed your shift. You're going to want to explore the fifth dimensional Earth because you will be able to see and feel the fruits of your labor. Every moment of every day, you are putting out a signal, a vibration that is all about co-creating a more beautiful and inclusive planet Earth, one that supports all life and where all beings live harmoniously. You will want to experience that when it all comes to fruition. This is one of the reasons why the predictions are going somewhere else on spaceships are so silly to us. You don't want to leave planet Earth because it has been rendered uninhabitable by humanity. You want to stay and continue to serve this beautiful world that is served by you for countless lifetimes, and that's why you are not all picked up by spaceships and taken away. That would upset the balance, and you're there to provide the light and to anchor in more of it. We recommend that you also anchor in more of the energies from within your own solar system, energies that are coming from those beautiful planets and moons that you hardly ever think about, because they are there to serve you just as Earth and the moon is. You are all part of a whole, and that entire whole that is your solar system is expanding, evolving, and ascending as its own collective. We are very excited to be there with you when you experience the fifth dimensional solar system for the first time. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. From DanielScranton.com. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Lisa Marie Wright. Unplugging from that which is crumbling, remaining in your peaceful heart, neutral, non-reactive, and fluid, trusting you, your heart and intuition, what flows through you and the processes, connecting with pure source energy, bathing the planet, allowing energies to flow through you, focusing on that which you wish to create for you, all solution-focused, releasing fear, resistance, linear thinking, boxes, labels, limits, remaining open to infinite possibilities, potential, and eternal expansion, expecting miracles always, will lead to much expansion, joy, peace, and abundance of all forms, and will all to flow with greater grace and ease individually and collectively. Feel the magic, be the magic, see the magic. From Divine Sister of the Light, Elizabeth Peru. Dear Cosmic Community, now that we're into the second week of August, it's been a rattling month for many. Paradigms are being challenged. Remember that August asks for the right use of the masculine power within you. This means to uphold, support, and champion rather than blame or destroy. We're coming to a critical juncture for the planet, which will last well into September. Energy has stirred so much that souls who have woken up can no longer pretend that they don't know better. I trust that if you're hearing this right now, you are an aware soul, consciously doing your best to assist yourself and Earth by living your purpose. I recommend that when you contemplate your life and what's happening on the planet right now, ask within, how can I embrace my experience? This energy creates a high vibe ripple effect for us all. From ElizabethPeru.com, and today from the Gene Keys, Unlocking the Higher Purpose Hidden in Your DNA by Richard Rudd, August 11th through August 16th, 2020, Gene Key 4, Intolerance, Understanding, and Forgiveness. Forgiveness contemplation. In life there are many emotional ups and downs. Sometimes we do things that hurt others, either consciously or unconsciously. And sometimes we are wronged or dishonored in some way by others. You can only enter the full beauty of the contemplative state when you no longer harbor any resentments or hidden shame. Every pang of guilt or repressed blame muddies our still inner lake. If you harbor such unresolved feelings from the past, part of your contemplative journey will be to let them go. This is usually a gentle process that may take some considerable time, depending on the depth of your wounds. You may also wish to consider professional help in this regard. Forgiveness, whether of yourself or another, is about releasing yourself from a series of energetic hooks that link you to a certain person or past event. One contemplative approach is to close your eyes and locate these hooks inside yourself. Then, using your breath, breathe into each one and let it go. If there was another person involved, you can also try and see them in a new light. Imagine them as a young child and see the terrible sense of isolation they may have felt at some point. Even the most aggressive or heartless personality traits are rooted in certain tragic events in a child's life. The more you can come to understand others using the power of your imagination, the more compassion you will be able to feel for them. In time, this will help you to let them go. As you refine the art of contemplation, you will realize that there are no mistakes in life. Every event is a whetstone for you to further polish the blade of your worldly wisdom. We are here to learn from our mistakes and to find the inner forgiveness, to move on and become a better person. Excerpt from The Art of Contemplation. And from the I Ching, Hexagram 4, Youthful Folly. Sacred water at the foot of the mountain. The fresh new spring learns from the heart of ancient stone. Forgiveness is still devotion. Understanding is restrained commitment. Intolerance is stressful half-heartedness. Appreciating communication. Inexperience means progress and success. I do not seek the inexperienced youth, but he seeks me. Firm correctness brings advantage. The superior man, in accordance with this, nourishes his virtue and strives for resoluteness of conduct. And from Richard Rudd, 64 Ways, if we have this gene key prominently in our profile, we're going to stop needing to know and finally understand. We'll start laughing. Happiness never comes through answers. It comes only when we're so tired of answers that we just decide to live the questions fully. Our life radiates the answer, and finally we can relax and be of the deepest service to the world. From thegenekeys.com. Today from Here in the Moon Astrology, Tuesday, August 11, 2020, a heads up. The Mars-Eris-Pluto cocktail is like drinking metabolic rocket fuel to shake you out of the weird limbo of massive changes outside, suspended in the void inside inertia. In this dysfunctional, dystopian world of constant chaotic disruption, Eris, Mars in Aries, is the call to individuate in the midst of Pluto's burning fields. In 3D, this used to mean trying to stand out, to be noticed, putting labels on yourself, taking pride in feeling special, spiritual, or focusing obsessively on yourself, self-development. In 5D, it means leaving behind the roles, all the settling for, the making nice, the barely breathing and calling it a life, seating your life in the image of what you want to be doing, not based on past assumptions, powering up, re-imprinting your intentions by moving into a state of peak focus, embodying your maverick spirit, wisdom, gifts, and unique qualities, integrating your quirks, idiosyncrasies, weirdness, and sore and sensitive spots into what makes you you, doing whatever brings you to life, playing everything at 100%, following your own fascinations, obsessions, and compulsions, creating whatever causes a revolution in your heart. From here in the moonastrology.co.uk, and from Tibetan Buddhist Dharma, Rinchen Paldron. 100 scholars and 1,000 yogis can say all they want to say about the nature of mind, but it all can be summed up by this teaching of Jigme Lingpa. The mind should never be separated from loving kindness and compassion. Loving kindness and compassion should never be separated from emptiness, and mindful awareness should never be separated from emptiness. These are the key teachings from Garchen Rinpoche. Today from the Dzogchen Times, Kin 135, Blue Overtone Eagle. Overtone is the name for the number 5, and its key words are empower, radiance, and command. The 5th day of any wave spell is quite powerful, but the 5th day of the monkey wave spell is more intense. Much can be achieved today if you have the gumption. Be empowered or overpowered is the message here. Today is Blue Eagle, and it represents creativity, mind, and vision. The eagle helps us to see the bigger picture, which is very helpful currently due to monkey messing with our heads. Flying high today above all the mayhem, and you'll be empowered by what you see. Creativity, too, will be empowering today, and so indulge in whatever gets your creative juices flowing. The guide today is Blue Night, which represents dreams and abundance. And naturally, when in this position, the Blue Knight is saying, follow your dreams. With the eagle's visions, and helped by the power number 5, the dreamers will find abundance today. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Blue Overtone Eagle, Kin 135, 11 August 2020, Empowering Big Visions. 11/8/2020 equal 11/8/22 equal 11/30 equal 2/3 equal 5. 11 Portal Gate Polarity. 2 Twins Partnership Cooperation. 8 Infinity Abundance Eternity Source Flow. 3 Holy Trinity Joy Creativity. 5 Freedom Change Transformation Liberation. Kin 135 equal 9 Destiny Humanity Endings Compassion Grace. Another divinely encoded spiritual portal day, imbued with clarity, radiance, and success codes. Day 5 in the Blue Monkey Wave Spell of magic, joy, bliss, play, merriment, and a return to innocence. Today we are using monkey magic to empower our greatest dreams of personal and collective abundance. Tone of creation, overtone, tone 5 in the spiritual realm, action commands, power empowers, essence radiance. Number 5 represents the center, core purpose, foundation, and central intent. It is the center of the wheel from which all the spokes emanate. This is the phase where the energy of creation returns to the center and then radiates outwards. Overtones command the unbounded. They order it to be, and so it becomes. Their power radiates from their soul essence through a pure connection to Source. This is the true source of unlimited power. Day 5 is the command day, where we command our dreams into being, radiating them out to the universe so that they can manifest on Day 10, Planetary Tone Day. So if you have not written your bucket list or completed your vision board, hop to it and command to Spirit exactly what it is you want to manifest. Be bold and be clear. Command your abundance. A prayer for the children. May God, Goddess, heal and bless all their precious souls. Hold the vision of a world where our precious children are cherished, loved, and respected. A beautiful, peace-filled world where they are free to play, laugh, and sing, where they can enjoy their childhood and be allowed to create their grandest dreams. Amen, and so it is. Most of our core wounding relates to our base chakra issues to draw on our Kundalini power to raise and release these energies, funneling it into magical creation power. This energy allows the power and radiance of full vital energy to be expressed as we answer to our responsibilities with no resistance. Full power, vital force expressed through manifesting our greatest magic. Today's question is, what dreams can I empower today in order to unleash and co-create the collective dream of planetary abundance? Divine blessings for commanding your greatest dreams into reality. In Lakek ala Kin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 135, Blue Overtone Eagle. The mantra, the code for today is, I empower in order to create. Commanding mind, I seal the output of vision with the overtone tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of abundance. And using abundance as a guide, shining your radiant light, your bright virtue out into the field, out into this realm, attracting magnetically to you your highest love, your highest potential, your greatest gifts. Let us know in the comments below, beloved beings of light, what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your visions, your dreams, your synchronicities. And I do appreciate you all for transmitting and sharing your beauty, your kindness, your love, your light, your life through this channel here, and sharing in your comments. They really light us all up, so we all appreciate every one of you that are helping myself, our mission with Prime Disclosure, our team, the great mission of the prophecies being fulfilled, these final days of the false 3D simulated reality. And this is nothing negative or bad. The simulation itself is neutral, but it is up to us to guide the energies of what we want the new earth to look like, what we want to experience, see, vision, and its infinite potential, so there's no limitations. We travel way beyond the sky, the cosmos, the universe, as we tap into our cosmic consciousness, which connects us to the Christos consciousness, which connects us to the great mystery, the eternal life, the eternal light of the I Am presence. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications. And as always, we have a link in the description below to get the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to also thank everyone for your support on Patreon. I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light, Amber. Thank you for your pledge, my friend, and thank everyone else for their support on this great mission that we are all a part of. We're all sharing in. This is for all sentient beings and all of humanity, and the great fulfillment of the prophecies, and specifically right now in the final prophecy of the eagle flying with the condor. I'd also like to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Barbara, for your donation. Much appreciated, our angels of the light. We'll get started with a couple stories before I bid you all adieu. The genie, the genius within, is speaking to us all. It is our infinite creative potential, our infinite light, our bright virtue, the unborn mind of Buddha awareness. So every day now, for the last week or two, myself and many others are feeling these transmutations and the full passion of the love that is within, from the passion of the heart and of our creative minds, that brings us to the death of the false, to the old belief systems and negative polarities, the death of what no longer serves humanity, in those parts of ourself, different aspects that cause our deep suffering. We say adios, old friends. You served us well, but you are not needed on the new earth. And through this death, a resurrection, the burning of the old, this fire that's coming in with the Lion's Gate, the Lyran nation, and Corleone, the heart of the lion, the sacred core, the core of the apple of the eye of the spirit, the all-seeing eye of our great spirit within. And as we resurrect like the great phoenix rising from the ashes, our true self, our higher self, is activated with these crystalline codes, transmitting from Hunabku, the great central sun. And it's the same sun that is within you, Divine One, that is hearing this now, the pure awareness that is listening to these words, transmitting through the void, through the emptiness, through the stillness of this vessel, to your consciousness, your pure consciousness of light, so that you can activate, reunite, relink to your true nature, which is cosmic consciousness, or God consciousness, or oneness with all things, the Tao. And through this resurrection, as the phoenix rises up, the sacred flame, the sacred fire, the great blaze, the ascension is activated. And this is the rising, the levity, the transmission and the transmutation of our pure light, our pure bliss. And last night is going through a trial by fire, under full attack from whatever is left of the dark, or we say the nefarious ones, the false entities, the false energies that are trying to keep us trapped in the separation programming, and the low frequencies, and the negative emotions. There was a heavy attack last night, to where I called on Medicine Buddha, Baishe J Guru, and going into mantra and visualizing, seeing the lapis lazuli, blue Medicine Buddha of the East. And we can call on the scarlet Buddha, the red Buddha of the West, of the Pure Land, Amitabha. Together, the red and the blue come together, the condor and the eagle, Shakti and Shiva, together as the red and the blue merge into the middle to create the purple, and into the violet and the ultraviolet, to the silver, the gold, and then the still white magnetic light, as it lifts you up, as you rise up through these frequencies and energies and currencies, these current of energies. And it's like the flow of the river, the sacred downward flow of the divine feminine that carries you to the ocean of consciousness. Let go of the shores. We ride the waves, ride the current to our final destination, which is eternal bliss consciousness. And through that bliss, we activate our full potential to manifest our true heart's delight, our true desires and passions and creative potential into this field, into this neutral field of infinite energy we call the earth plane, plane of existence, that we manifest into to live out all possible experiences that consciousness itself can manifest. And we've reached this omega point, the critical mass, realizing that we have suffered enough. So through this realization, we have the potential and the power to activate our freedom codes, freedom from suffering, through the love that's within our heart, within our mind, within our soul, within our spirit, our true essence of pure unconditional love for all sentient beings and all life in all realms, all dimensions, all timelines. And today, as I went on my spirit quest, as I walked into the sacred river and found a little island of rocks, as I lay on my back, taking on the energies, seeing these cloud ships above, Gaia sent 6 winged nation to me to transmit their sacred energy. And as I went into the woods and sat upon a fallen tree, connecting deep with Gaia and going into sacred mantra and sacred connection, a little red squirrel kept singing and chattering behind my head, getting louder and louder as I went deeper and deeper. And in this process, connecting with our sacred council of 8, I saw a barrier, a blockade, a wall created by the nefarious ones, the archons, the draconians, reptilians, to separate the eagle from his guides and counsels. So if we could, as warriors of light, visualize and see with these powerful waves, the golden ray, the violet wave, see these barriers and walls crumbling, so that the eagle, as he's developing and transforming into the white gold eagle, can seek counsel with his team of 8, and he becomes the 9. And as these barriers and walls removed, it will bring clarity to the eyes of the eagle, what he needs to do to fulfill his mission, to find the condor, to seek out the condor, to touch wings and soar high above the sacred mountains, above the mountaintops, transmitting the freedom codes and the love codes to all of humanity in great ecstasy, bliss, and great passion for all life. 144 code coming in, loud and clear. The angelic realm is with us. The 12 by 12, the 12 crystalline strands of DNA being activated now with this higher dimensional waves, these higher rays, these cosmic waves, cosmic rays that are flowing in from the great central sun, the cosmic sun, Hunab-Ku, at the galactic center, at the center of the universe even, and then the center of the multiverse, the infinite multidimensional sun of suns. We feel that in our heart center. The still white magnetic light at the center of you is the same. It's holographic, so there is no separation. So we feel into that great center, because what is happening externally is also happening internally. That's why many of us feel on fire. We feel atomic activations and implosions, explosions, as if every atom is being lit up and activated and jacked up, intensified, accelerated. So we let go into that energy and anchor it deep into the crystalline core of Pachamama as that transmits out to all star blossoms, star seeds stationed all over this realm. We're all connected through this sacred grid. So we're all in this together. The old program of each man for himself is done. That self-service, we're here to serve each other and all of humanity and all sentient beings with our love, our compassion, and our pure light. Many people come to me, what do I need to do? What is my mission? The best you can do is love with all your heart. Transmit that love and light to everyone around you, to everything, to the sky, to the trees, to the birds, to the animals, to the kingdoms within kingdoms, the elementals, our bro stars and sisters of light all over this realm. We're all being ascended together. We're all lifted in this great white pillar of light that manifests through our sacred rainbow bridge, activating every portal, every channel, every meridian, every nadi. The Nagas are with us now to help illuminate our path and guide us through these unprecedented times and energies and states of consciousness. This is all new for all of us. So as these wave patterns come in, we're learning moment by moment, day by day, how to navigate these uncharted waters, uncharted territories, as it's activating the deepest parts of ourselves, as our spirit, our soul, our hearts are torn wide open. We cannot no longer hide from any aspect of ourselves. This is part of the heart-opening expansion of this great awakening. We are the event. What triggers within inside ourselves, what activates us from within, is also activating us from without. So we bring the two worlds together, the internal, the external, the emptiness, the form, and we dive deep within the sacred waters. The goddess, the queen, the Venusian blue ray of the divine feminine is with us now, and the red ray of the divine masculine is growing and building and transforming each day. Da Hung Pao, the scarlet, red robes of the great emperor, the king of kings, the holiest of holies, in this temple here now, fully awake, fully aware, and fully activated, as we activate our greatest passions through the death of the false, the illusions, into the resurrection of pure light, pure life, into the ascension forevermore. No turning back, no looking back. We are unstoppable. Love always wins. So angels of the light, keep shining bright into the night and keep walking your sacred path with heart, because we got this. It is not mission impossible. It is mission accomplished. And you have done well, warriors of the light. Keep going through and through and through until you totally break through. And in this breakthrough, we free ourselves from all prisons, especially the prison of time, being trapped in time. We're transitioning from linear time to merging with non-linear time to free ourselves from all timelines. And this is the great empowerment of our highest self to transform and upgrade this sacred vessel that we are currently inhabiting. Have a beautiful and blessed activation portal and Lion's Gate energies still flowing strongly. Rise up, firelights, starlights, so bright. I love you all. Namaste.